Karibu tena mtazamaji na shukrani kwa kuendelea kusalia nami. Naam, turejee katika bunge la Seneti mubashara, tuendelee kufuatilia vikao vya bunge hilo ambavyo vinasikiliza kesi ya kutaka kung'atuliwa mamlakani ya naibu gavana wa kaunti ya Kisii Daktari Robert Monda ambayo inaendelea kwa hivi sasa. Tupate kujua ni yapi yanaendelea kujiri katika bunge la Seneti.
First time you're making that allegation at the Senate. That is a very simple question, isn't it?
Correct.
Thank you. You also stated that you were in the company of your other sons, and one of them is your driver, correct?
That is it, Mr. Speaker, sir.
What is the name of your son who is also your driver?
Jared Misati.
That is the person who runs your errands and is very close to you because he's always with you, we presume, as your driver, isn't it?
That's very untrue.
He's always with you as your driver.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think he's lying.
I am asking a question. How would I be lying? I am not giving evidence. Are you telling us that your own son who is your driver is not your close friend and you're not with him most of the times as you make your movements?
Okay, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Is that yes or it's a yes or no?
But I've got some period of explanation before I say yes or no.
Just give a yes or no, then I will decide whether to allow you to explain or not.
Can you repeat your question?
I am asking, most of the times, this son you have who is your driver is with you and runs errands with you. True or it's correct?
No, that's not true.
Mr. Witness, is there a place you go without him as your driver? You do not drive yourself, he drives you.
Okay. Everywhere I go, because I don't have any other person to drive me, my son, who is at home and who is yet to be employed and who is older than Dennis, he always takes me where I want to go.
That's what you should have said from the very beginning. Thank you.
Council, your 2 minutes are over.
Thank you. The very last one.
No, Council, now
just on that issue, I was building up on that issue. Just
you are using my magnanimity. Kindly let us get the other council.
There will be a lot of prejudice on my part if I do not conclude on that issue. Mr. Speaker, you will note that this has been a very difficult...
It is up to you to utilize the 2 minutes that I give you.
Thank you.
You know, if you keep on asking for more time and I've directed you what to do, why don't you shoot your questions that we want to achieve?
The problem, Mr. Speaker,
I think, honorable senators, if the witness has those weaknesses, you are the people to determine this case. So honorable senators, I don't want you to neglect the witness on what to say or not know what to say. And please avoid please exchanging with the chair. Minority leader, let us just give me time to manage this process. This is not the issue of which side or what. Please, I beg you. Let me have the other counsel.
Mr. Speaker, sir, if you may allow me, as the lead counsel, the defense still has 6 more witnesses. The rest of the witnesses, time has been allocated 15 minutes each. We will sacrifice one witness, we will not cross-examine him, and then we allocate that time to this witness, the 15 minutes. We will not cross-examine one of the MCAs, so that we are able to do justice to this case through this witness. That's the compromise we shall make.
Can you give me the name of the member of County Assembly that you want to see in the 15 minutes for record purposes?
Mr. Speaker, sir, in place of Thomas Obare Nyabaro, we will not cross-examine that witness. We'll equally not cross-examine Amos Obegi Oderi. So we'll have 30 minutes extra for this witness. We shall allocate 15 minutes to this one and 15 minutes to the Deputy Governor. Horse trading.
Yes, I will give you 15 minutes for the first one. For Thomas, I'll place 15 minutes, strictly 15 minutes cancel.
We are most obliged.
No addition, no subtraction.
It's good horse trading.
Maybe you can use less, but you can't use more than 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. You notice that this is a key witness that needs to be thoroughly cross-examined. Mr. Misati.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
You have confirmed that your son, who is your driver, is mostly with you when you are running your errands, correct?
Running my what?
Errands. When you are going about your businesses, he is the one who is close to you, he's the one who is at home, he's your driver, correct?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Why was it then important for you to send money to Dennis, who is not that close to you, than use your own driver who had a car to go and withdraw that money and bring back?
Mr. Speaker, sir, because the Deputy Governor, His Excellency, Dr. Robert Monda, in our discussion, he said that he needs some cash instead of going to M-Pesa. That is the time I decided that the money was to remit it to a younger person who will be able to run quickly to the...
Mr. Witness, could your son run faster than your car that is being driven by your own son?
But, Mr.
Is that
Speaker,
what you're telling these senators?
Mr. Speaker,
That
sir,
indeed Dennis was capable of running faster than a driver with a car?
Mr. Speaker, sir, as we have said that I've used Charet Misati to be my driver, and that's indicating the most trusted to me. In terms of management, I wanted also to show my son, Dennis Misati, that I love him through sending that money to also act on that.
Thank you, that has been noted. You have also claimed at paragraph 24, Honorable Senators appearing at page 61, that the amount of money that you sent to Dr. Monda was part of the 600,000 that he had lent you, correct? At paragraph 24.
Baron?
You have alleged at paragraph 24 that previously you had received 600,000 from Dr. Monda, correct?
That's in January.
That's in January.
Yes.
And you're claiming that part of that money went to pay school fees for Dennis's child, correct?
Among other expenses.
How much money did you spend as school fees to the child of Dennis Okaya?
Miss Speaker, sir.
How much money did you? It's a very straightforward.
60,000 shillings.
60,000 shillings.
Yeah.
And you confirm that it is you who paid that amount directly from your own affidavit?
No.
That is what you state. Can you read that paragraph again? The last sentence, please, and save our time. The amounts were partly, proceed from there. 24.
The amounts were partly used to help my son Dennis, and the special fees.
Proceed.
Fees for his child that I personally paid.
Thank you. You personally paid that amount, isn't it?
Correct?
Which account did you pay to? What was the mode of payment? And you have evidence of payment of that amount?
Here, Mr. Speaker, sir, payment, it looks relative. It's only that the money originated from me, and
Mr. Misati, I only have 15 minutes and I want to utilize that very effectively. I am asking you a very specific question. To what account did you pay? The school's account, what mode, and where is the evidence? It's a very straightforward. Please do not bring stories. We do not have time for that.
The money of the 60,000 plus other monies which I paid for my...
We are specific on the 60,000 paid personally by you to the school.
The money of 60,000 paid to pay school fees of my granddaughter, I gave it to one of my sons including other money to want to pay the
Mr.
account.
Misati, you've just read to us paragraph 24 that you personally paid. Isn't that what you read? On oath.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
No. Kindly save our time, Mr. Misati. Isn't that what you read? That
That's-
you personally paid 60,000?
Personally paid, it's very relative also, Mr. Speaker, sir. But not to indicate where I put the money. I gave the money and my son took it to the bank, including other...
Thank you. I urge the House to take note of the conduct of the witness and allow me to proceed. What is the name of your granddaughter?
Zelda Kwamboka Mukaya.
How old is she?
She's, I think, 13 years.
Where is she currently?
It's me who took her to St.
Where is she currently?
Currently now.
Yes.
I cannot tell because when my son disappeared, I don't know where they went. But previously, it is me who took her to Nyaburu.
Thank you. I yield the rest of the minutes to my learned friend, Mr. Njiro.
Thank you, Mr. Mutuma. Mr. Witness, I want you to have a look at the bundle of the document by the County Assembly. Honorable Senators, I'm referring to page 184. Witness, I have 7 minutes to deliver this. These are Hanson's for the 29th of August from the County Assembly. Mr. Witness, I want you to have a look at the last paragraph where Honorable Deputy Governor is answering. But before I go to that, excuse me, I have not put the question. When the Deputy Governor asked you to refund the 500,000 shillings, what did he tell you the money was meant for?
Baron?
When he asked you to return the 500,000 shillings he had led you, what did he tell you was meant for?
Mr. Speaker, sir, he told me that he has got some functions he was to use for that money.
He had functions. Which functions in particular?
Including that he was trying to go outside of the country.
He was going out of the country.
Correct.
So the money was specifically meant to go out of the country, yes?
Among other things.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Are those other things that you're referring to the issues that you're discussing to, and more specifically, the forwarding of the money, 100,000 shillings to one Lucy? Are you aware or you're not aware?
That one I'm not aware.
You are not aware. I want you to have a look at page 185, 189 of the same bundle. And the Deputy Governor traveled. Are you aware whether he traveled, he never traveled?
You know,
Are you aware or you're not aware?
I'm not aware.
Thank you.
Yes.
Look at page 189 of the same bundle, honorable members. The bundle by the County Assembly, volume 1. Page 185, 189, I'm sorry, beg your pardon. 189, the Hansons for the 29th.
What?
Hansons.
Wait.
Who made the request for assistance? Who made the request?
Of assistance of what?
Yes, of you to be assisted for Dennis to secure a job.
It's me, Mr. Speaker, sir.
To whom did you make it to? Did you make it to your friend, Dr. Monda, or to the Deputy Governor of Kisii County?
My friend, Dr. Monda.
Where was that job supposed to come from? From his farm, from his shop, or from the county government?
Mr. Speaker, sir.
I have asked you 2 issues. Where was the job supposed to come from?
From the county government.
Thank you. Look at paragraph where we have the Honorable Deputy Governor. Yes, can you see that? Here?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, would you read out? What's the Deputy Governor saying?
Honorable Deputy Governor.
Can you see where he's saying, Mr. Speaker, sir? Mr. Speaker, just as a good friend, yes?
Mr. Speaker, sir, as great friends, Mr. Joseph and I, somewhere in April 1st, was made to know that there is advert that has come up in the Wasco and Misati as a friend could ask me that his son has also tendered his application.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In this respect, which son is the Deputy Governor making reference to?
Dennis.
Dennis. Proceed. Can you see where my senior Mr. Kato Kigen is saying, so he requested if you could assist? Can you see?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And what does the governor say? Does he say yes, that you made the request? Can you see that?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Proceed to read. And did you talk to Lucy about the request about your friend? That's Mr. Kato Kigen asking the Deputy Governor, yes?
Baron?
That is my landed friend, Mr. Kato Kigen, asking the Deputy Governor whether the Deputy Governor spoke to Lucy. Can you see that?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And what was his answer?
Honorable Deputy Governor, like any other leader, Mr. Speaker, sir, this request came to me. Everyone, honorable members, know that Lucy is a Wasco, would work under like any.
Yes. Next page. Lucy would work.
Where is it?
It's possible for you not to see now.
Like any other staff who under the governor's office, where I'm also the deputy governor.
So he acknowledges that Lucy works under the governor's office and that Mr. Monda is also under the same office, yes? That's the acknowledgement, yes or no?
As it is.
Thank you, proceed. Read.
To the governor and so indicated to Lucy.
So I indicated to Lucy, yes? Asking her if they had such kind of jobs, and she said yes. And as a friend, making a request that he get his sons a job, like every one of us here would do. And she told me, let us wait for the process. If he qualifies, we shall not deny him a job. Yes, is that the discussion?
According to this, yes.
Are you aware that the Deputy Governor, your dear friend whom you've come to defend this morning, sent 100,000 shillings to Lucy? Are you aware or you're not aware?
I'm not aware.
Would it therefore surprise you that part of the money that you sent to him that day was shared with one Lucy? Would it surprise you?
I won't be surprised.
You will not be surprised. Yeah. Thank you. Have a look at your affidavit. The affidavit appearing, that is the Deputy Governor's bundle of document. The Deputy Governor's bundle of document at page 60. Mr. Witness, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Have a look at paragraph 12 and kindly read it out.
And then I asked my wife to remit the balance of 249. I instructed her to remit the amount to my son, Dennis Misati, for him to pay.
Thank you. That is what I want us to explain. For him to do what?
To pay.
What was he paying?
The refund.
No, excuse me. Is it to refund or to pay? Do you understand English, Mr. Witness?
English is for the lawyers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are now, I'll now teach you. And therefore,
Order, senators, order, senators.
I'll put it to you that there's a difference between the statement to pay and to refund. Yes? And therefore, because you have preserved the English for us lawyers, I'll put it to you that the two words have different meanings. Yes?
It is very difficult for me to understand.
I therefore put it to you that paying is different from refunding.
According to you, yes.
And therefore, I further put it to you that the word payment being used here is the corruption and the bribery for your son to succeed with a job, yes?
Payment is not a bribe. It will depend on which context it is.
In this context now, thank you.
That's wrong.
Let us have a look at page 111 of the same battle by DG. But page 111, which is a statement by Leah Nyachera Onsari.
Yes.
A statement from Cooperative Bank, yes?
Correct.
You are the one who has brought this document, correct?
That's it. No,
It's not you who has brought the document.
it's not me who brought this statement.
Where did it come from?
It came from Leah Onsari.
Is she a witness in these proceedings?
That one I'm not aware.
I put it to you that she is not a witness.
You have said so.
But now, Mr. Witness, who sent this money to Leah?
It's me and my wife from the joint account
Upon whose request?
upon the deputy governor's request.
So the deputy governor asked you to send the 200,000 shillings, yes?
Correct?
Did you ask him what it was meant for?
That was his personal use.
So if I put it to you that your deputy governor for whom you so love is a person who has insatiable desire for resources, and that is why he's always in a begging mood, what would you say?
Mr. Speaker, sir, that is very untrue.
Thank you. No further questions.
Yeah, Council, you have, for the Deputy Governor, you have 10 minutes for the examination.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Sorry.
Yes, Senator Boni?
Speaker, my point of order is to appeal to you, and the appeal is arising from the provisions of the rules of procedure. I invite you to look at rule number 22. Mr. Speaker, I'm appealing to you that you vacate your direction that in order to accommodate the time constraints, the Council for the County Assembly should lose its opportunity to cross-examine two witnesses. 22 says, a witness presented shall be led in evidence, cross-examined, and where necessary, and only for purposes of clarification of issues that may have arisen in cross-examination may be re-examined. Mr. Speaker, with the long years of experience in this Parliament, I know that whatever decision we make here is still open to being challenged in the High Court. And there, if we are going to be found to have breached our own rules, then our very ultimate decision is open to being challenged. We are not going to die from.
So what is your point of order, Senator Boni? Are you suggesting that the witness should not be re-examined?
Yes, it looks like you are not listening to me.
Because if you read 22,
Let me
that
make
is
my
what
point.
it is addressing.
This is serious, Mr. Speaker.
Rule 22 is addressing close examination. Just in case there are issues of clarifications, the witness is
I know.
examined.
Mr. Speaker, sir, if you listen to me, you'll see where I'm going. The point I'm making is that vacate your ruling that two witnesses
Now, Senator Boni, I mean that ruling and you should really sit down. Yes,
Mr. Speaker, sir, I will not take that.
I cannot vacate my ruling. Sorry.
But that is why I'm rising to draw your attention to provisions of the rules of procedure, 22.
What you are quoting, 22, is not addressing that matter completely.
It is.
Are you challenged also in this English language?
Am I?
Let me give Senator Chalage, he is a lawyer, he is the one who practices.
Mr. Speaker,
Senator Mbonigaro, have your seat, kindly.
General Day, Two senators
Senator Boni Karwale. Senator Boni Karwale, resume your seat. I want you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. We are cautioned because the Bible says, Mr. Speaker, we should not serve the law. The law should serve us. In our ruling number 30 of the same, on the procedures, you have the power to determine on a particular question, or but not limited to question of evidence, materiality, relevance, competency, or admissibility of evidence, and any question consequential or is entitled thereof. So Mr. Speaker, your ruling is Solomonic, and it should not be vacated. In any case, the traditional precedent, the issue raised by my brother, Senate Majority Whip, is overtaken by events. That matter is stopped from being discussed, Mr. Speaker, and therefore I request that we proceed as you are directed,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Speaker.
Let's proceed now, kindly, Senator Sifuna. On 1 minute.
One point, I wanted to calm the nerves of my senior, Honorable Khalwale, that far from the big words that Senator Cherargei wants to use, he has actually not shed any light on the issue. I wanted to calm his anxiety by explaining that if a party has chosen to waive their right to cross-examination, there really is no problem. So it is them who have requested to waive that right to cross-examine those two, not under pressure, so that they can focus their attention on other witnesses they believe would better advance the argument. So, Mr. Speaker, you are just okay. You are struggling, but you're okay.
Now you are out of order, Senator Sifuna. Senator Sifuna, you're out of order. Can you withdraw that last point? Can you withdraw?
Speaker, it was with a light note, but I withdraw and apologize. You are a man of substance.
Council, let's proceed. 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I trust my 10 minutes start running now.
From now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Joseph Misati.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
A number of questions were put to you, whether you defend the DG whatever he wants, that you act on his instructions, and that you do anything. And the question I want to ask you directly is, would you go out of your way to defend the truth, or you would go out of your way to defend? What are you defending today? Is it the truth or the Deputy Governor?
The truth, Mr. Speaker, sir.
You are standing for the truth.
That's it, Mr. Speaker,
Okay.
sir.
And all you said is based on your truth.
Pardon?
What you are standing on is what you believe to have been the true position.
My true position in this case,
Asema, just confirm that what you said is based on what you know to be the truth. It has nothing to do with whether or not you want to help the Deputy Governor, isn't it?
that's it, Mr.
Thank
Speaker,
you.
sir.
Now, the second issue I want to put to you is you were asked by my colleagues whether the Deputy Governor made to you a promise that your son would get a job. And I want you to just confirm that for emphasis. Did he make any promise to you?
No, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The questions were also put to you. Did you know what or how you would do or how you would do what you wanted to do to assist your son get a job? Did you know?
No.
You didn't know. Did he promise to use his position to get a job for your son?
No, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Move on to another question. You asked whether you usually make visits to the Deputy Governor with your sons. And what is your answer?
Correct, that's true.
You normally visited?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, you asked, Denny said yesterday that that was the first time he had gone to the Deputy Governor's house. That's what he said. Do you have an explanation for that preposition?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. As it is said that my son, Dennis Misati, it was his first time to go with him to Deputy Governor. His Excellency.
We want to object to that line because it never came out during cross-examination. During cross-examination, The witness must be tailored to answer the questions that have come from cross-examination. He cannot introduce a new ground that we never dealt with in cross-examination. He's re-examining the witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, all I am doing is reacting to the proposition that was put to the witness as to whether he normally goes with his sons to visit the deputy governor, or otherwise whether that was the first time and distinguishes the rest of the visits. And so I'm just making the point as to whether or not indeed he has been visiting, and if Dennis was making the first visit as opposed to the other sons, what is the explanation? That's all I'm doing, Mr. Speaker, sir. I pray that you...
and I stick to that lane.
Yes, thank you very much.
You have a lot of experience.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I don't want you to be very verbose. Could you just answer the question? Why was it that Dennis was going there for the first time that day?
Mr. Speaker, sir, earlier I stated that my son has been away from, he has been in Nairobi for more than 13 years.
So the reason why you had not gone with him is because he has been away from Kisii in the neighborhood of the visit, isn't it?
Correct, Mr. Speaker,
okay,
sir.
I would like to move on. You've been asked why you chose Dennis to receive the M-Pesa as opposed to Jared, whom you have always worked with. What is your answer to that? Why did you choose Dennis?
Mr. Speaker, sir, when you have got a number of children, you must balance in how you can love them. In that context, you can see that Jared is the person who has been driving me. Here is Dennis who has come. Because of that, I want just to show Dennis that I love him by sending that money. In other words, not loving because I sent the money. It is just to indicate that I must balance in my love towards my sons.
So you are showing love and trust, that you trust all of them?
I trust all of them.
And you love them, all of them?
And I love them equally.
And you continue to do that?
That's it, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, you were taken to task on the contents of paragraph 24 of your affidavit, and I would like you to look at that. If you remember again, your affidavit is at page 59, and I would like you to go to, I would like us to visit paragraph 24. Are you there?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, an issue was taken on the point you make that, and especially fees for his child, and I personally paid. You've seen that?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
What did you mean by saying you personally paid?
Personally, it means from my pocket to any other.
So your point is that the money that was paid, was used to pay your grandchild's fees, was yours?
It was mine, that's what I mean.
And how was the money transmitted? How was it remitted to the school account?
I gave one of my sons to one that remitted the money.
So one of your sons went. But in the meantime, whose money was that son of yours taking?
One of my sons, Dennis.
Saying, so you've given your son to go and pay in the account of the school, isn't it?
Yes.
Whose money was your son carrying?
My money.
Yeah, okay. Now, I would like to move on to page 189 of the county government's bundle. And that is the Hansard, and particularly I would like us to look at page 190 of that Hansard.
Yeah.
Paragraph. Now, I would like could you confirm that it is not you, but rather is the deputy governor talking, starting from page? Could you confirm that it is the deputy governor talking from page 189 into 190, the paragraph that was read to you? Is it you or it is deputy governor talking?
It is the deputy governor, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay, and can you answer for the words of the deputy governor, or it is for the deputy governor to answer for
That's
himself?
why I was unable.
Yes, it is for him to answer. Now, I would like us to read the last sentence of the deputy governor's statement running from page 189 to 190. Could you read this last paragraph? And she told me?
And she told me, let us wait for the process, and if he qualifies, he shall not deny him the job. and the discussion ended there.
So the deputy governor is saying he talked to the managing director of the water company, and the managing director of the water company said, we await the process, and if he qualifies, we will not deny him.
As it is here?
Yes, it is there. Now, I want to take you back to, this is my last question, I want to take you back to the 28th, when you met. Wakati mulikuwa mnaongea kwa nyumba.
28.
Did you say 28th of May? Did you say, and I'm quoting the words you used, don't, it's, okay. I'm just reminding you what you said a few minutes ago. Did you say that the deputy governor told you there are factors that exist to get a job?
That's correct.
He said there are factors. There are factors, kuna vitu zenye zinahitajika ndio upate kazi.
Correct, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Is that consistent with what we've just read at page 190 of the Hansard?
That's it.
That the director said it depends on whether he qualifies.
Those are the factors, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to leave my re-examination there. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Na mtazamaji, ni vikao ambavyo vinaendelea katika bunge la Seneti kuendelea kusikiliza hoja ya kutaka kung'atuliwa mamlakani kwa naibu gavana wa kaunti ya Kisii Robert Monda. Kumbuka alishang'atuliwa mamlakani kwenye bunge la kaunti ya Kisii ambapo zaidi ya wabunge ama wawakilishi wadi 50 walipiga kura